Hello. Hi everybody. This is Robert Foster. I'm giving like a little tutorial on Flipbook and Blender. How you doing? Yeah, just download the new Blender. I just put on my tablet. Now, I advise you, some of y'all guys are not pencilers or animators. Some of you guys are not traditional artists. I mean, this is a one step further into our education and our palette of pencil. Grease pencil is we are gonna figure this out though. It will take a lot to used to of grease pencil, so we're gonna give you a base tutorial of grease pencil. Um, I'm still learning myself. If I miss any opportunities, so we just gonna delete the cube because we don't need it. And technically, you can't change the background like you used to. The order. This is like this is like um this is you gotta click world background, change the color display. So we're gonna change it to white. Okay. Uh, render only. Okay, we're just gonna do render only. Okay. Right now, we're gonna change our. We keep this on the bottom part, but we're gonna change the top part to dope sheet into grease pencil. Okay. Reason why we don't reason I understanding the order to do animation. You had to be in dope sheet to order to use grease pencil. Well, that you can't animate it on the fly. And with the what I just found out, you don't have to put automatic keyframes on there because you're not animating it into the timeline. You're animating through the grease pencil, so this automatic creates the keyframes for you. That's a one up, nice for you. Okay, now you got two options into your grease pencil. If you don't know anything about Blender or anything else, check on Basic Blender tutorials. We're not gonna cover the detail. Doesn't matter if you're in texture mode or solid mode. We're just gonna make a basic shape. We got object. Object is just for attach the data back to a user to use in a data box. Like in section, it says right there, bleed spines and all that crap. This is a scene. This is like just the whole grease pencil already. The object just for data. So this is the whole scene in this field. So we just where we're doing it is scene. We're not using object. We are doing the whole scene. So that's including the render. For my knowledge and understanding, man, we're gonna click on. Well, before I go to the next part, for my knowledge and whole understanding, the order to activate the grease stencil, you got to add it into your scene. So the way to do that, to go to you press N like Nancy, go to new grease pencil and add it. Okay, you could give it a name you want to. Um, we're gonna give it a name body. All right. All right. So the body of the cell. So we're gonna add a body, and it gave us a few options. Now over here to like for editor pencil or anything, right now I put my tablet in. We're gonna do the mouse right now, and I'm gonna show you about the tablet features. Okay, I'm just was playing around with it a little bit, and I'll make sure I unselect the camera because we're not gonna try to. Because once we edit our grease pencil, we are not going to be able to edit the camera. So technically, we will lock all, for my sake of tutorial, I will lock all my camera features so it will not move. So if you try to grip it, will not move it. So anyway, so let me knock down my clamor. There's a faster function to that. Grease pencil, the new grease pencil have a couple functions before we get started with drawing. On your left side, when you open up, we got stroke. This is the stroke. This is the color of the stroke. This is the color of the fill. Okay, if you want your onion skin for your animation, I would go and just use the alternative. Let's see, light gray. Okay. This is about to show you the number of frames. This is after, so it could be a little darker gray. Doesn't matter because our background is pure white, not gray. Do not put on blend because it's going to blend these color. You could change it, you know what I mean? And then this is also showing ghost color, custom color ghost frames. You know what I mean? So you just say onions, gram, and custom ghost frames. This is this is a custom ghost frame. We're not gonna get into that yet because I'm still trying to figure out what these onion skins are, but they're just regular onion skins, like Flash or anything else. Anything else, ignore. You got fill and you got stroke. Now to activate the fill, now X-ray mode will let you go see through it or anything. But let's get started by drawing a scene. Before we draw, there's a lot of options on the side. Now for now, I guess we're gonna just embed it through this way instead of maybe grease pencil gonna have its own mode. Like when you delete an object, it's gonna have two modes. Maybe put the grease pencil on its own separate mode. Like for instance, like it could be a regular object mode and it's gonna be grease pencil mode. And then your ability to use brushes, just like sculpt brushes, to draw your pencils. And instead of be on this side, be on this side. It kind of sort of will make sense. Instead of you could well, technically for the drawing method in painting is just still, but they probably gonna put a feature in there where you can animate it, and this will be obsolete. That doesn't make any purpose to make grease pencil and put grease pencil in paint. But maybe for the developments, maybe where they put it in its own separate, instead of here keep applying it. It's just applying just for a scene for reference. This is just used for reference. It doesn't mean for what the old grease pencil you can't animate it and everything else. You just put a few bells and whistles onto it. Maybe in the next version we'll get rid of this. Is just for like guidelines to your animation, and that's pretty fundamental for guidelines for your animation. All right, so let's continue. Define it. You have to look like, where is it? Where is the editing proportions? Well, technically, it had its own tab. You got grease pencil, and now we got options, new options here in grease pencil. You got object, you got cursor. Anywhere the cursor, you'll draw the pencil. We got stroke, we got surface and view. So all we gonna use is view. You can use the cursor because wherever the cursor is, we don't know where the cursor is. So you could draw on just plain on view or draw on cursors. Doesn't make any difference because wherever you rotate it, if you're making a 3D, I would make a view, Or if you're doing a 3D, if you want to snap two cursors to make a box, you can use that. Okay, we got these options: draw, line, erase. When you draw, you draw, and when you finish, it let go. Erase. Once you finish, it let go. Now, if you want to just be continually steady going back and forth and hitting the draw button every time you do it, I mean, most of your guys can. The shortcut key is the D button and the D again. Okay, if you on using a Wacom tablet, I will press continue draw because it will continue draw, and once you finish, press escape, and then you press erase back and forth. It'd be a whole lot easier to make its own little thing. So you got your editing feature. So once we draw a circle and you press your editing features, first escape. Now we go to edit, hit that. Now you left click, it does not happen, but you got right click just like everything else. These points and vertex. Now you can select the whole vertex using B and G. You know what I mean? And you got one dimension. Y, let's move it up. G is supposed to just general grab, but you could just grab it and it just automatic just move left and right. So, press B again, press G, and just go back and forth. Y, Now, in this, you got your translate tools. And you got your disable, and it say on in grease pencil. Also, you got select border circle. You got circle select. You can select that way, and then you left click to stop. You press G. You grip that. Also, you got link selection. You got delete. So I'm gonna press here. I could delete. Point. I could delete frame or hitting the X key. Point, stroke, frame. Beginning frame label. So you want to delete a point, you can. That translation. Okay. Your rotation. That probably work with C. So you press R. You could do a translation that way. You got bend. Bend and work. You gotta select the whole thing and bend. Well, it supposed to work. You got spare. You can see spare works. Gets into sphere, you could turn it into a real circle. Okay. You can select all and just delete all. Get out of the edit mode. And that's how you animate with that. Now you can animate just traditionally, like if I put on an onion screen and draw one frame, press escape, go to the next frame, press draw that one, escape, draw a next one, press escape. Now, this is fine and dandy. Now, I can delete the frames, and now I just got this little ball moving back and forth. Now, it goes in your timeline too, so now you can see where your frames are. I put all these frames here for purpose, because if you're making a flip book, you need all these frames. And instead of we starting at 0. So what I do is I can select these frames where the ball's at, and I'll go to 0. Plain and simple. Okay. The rest of the frame, box select, press B, and delete. Now, I'm really looking forward to it, what they're going to do else with it. But I'm just saying they need to fix other features like the cycle feature. Now, render settings, will it render? No, will not render. Now, it will render in GPL mode, and that will pop up. Maybe, maybe maybe I'll figure out how it renders for in regular render mode. But for now, GPL render mode is good. If you're doing animation, GPL render mode is still good, because this is where you do your animation at. And maybe in the future it will be capable of to render. Now there might be a way to render in render mode. I had not just yet figured out, because every time you do grease pencil, it's not able to render in viewport. It's just into that scene. Maybe if you want to render in as an object, you can, and it probably render out. So I'm gonna click on object and draw a circle, and if it renders, now I'm gonna select F12. Nothing happens. So let's go to here. It's still rendering GPU. Never mind. I meant to press race. Press escape. I'm gonna select all these stupid frames over here. I'm just gonna delete them. Press X. So we delete from the frame. So now we got these options, fill options. How this work is I'm gonna put in a fill of this. Now I'm gonna draw, and it's gonna fill that best as it can. So I'll draw half a circle. You could draw a circle inside a circle to make a shading. Depends how much fill you want. So I'll press escape. So if I go over here, let's fill it up to get dark. I would say that is a perfect right to fill. Okay. Now, rule of thumb, once you delete, so you can't delete the frame. So all you do is go to you could delete here, or we go to here and select all and just delete all strokes. And the question is, okay, so we got 0. So that's the main thing. Now we are going to draw with the tablet. So I'm going to draw with the tablet. Pressure sensitive. Okay, I'm going to zoom this up a little bit so I can see my frames. Okay, once I'm done, I'll press escape. And you can change this hotkey if you want to. I just press erase. And still got pressure sensitivity. If you're drawing, if you don't want that as your fill, I just go back to here, use my pencil, and if I press hard, and it got pressure sensitivity. Go hard, light. All right, so it's horrible, but so that's the pressure sensitivity. Benefit is you could get some nice drawings with that, and now it feels just like I'm drawing a flash. So now we are we're going to do. Everybody said I'm tired of bouncing ball trick. Um, you could draw anything or anything you want. I'm not drawing a person walk cycle. I can, but um, I'm just going to draw a fish or a fish. All right. So this fish looks kind of weird. I could just, okay, hold on. I zoomed in a little bit. Okay, I'm zooming with my mouse pressure. My mouse. Yeah, which way am I zooming? Which, hold on. Which one is the zoom? Yeah. All right, I got it. Oh, I'm trying to get used to it. Ah, come on. I'm right clicking. All right. Let's escape. Sorry about that. Yeah, this drawing crap. I hate drawing crap. Uh, well, we're gonna make a basic fish. It don't have to be perfect. Excuse my drawing, but I could draw better than that. Now I got this fish. Now I'm done with the fish. Okay, now we're ready to animate this fish. Now I'm gonna draw another fish on top of that. Now we could, like I said, what I'm gonna do is start this stupid fish somewhere else. So what I'll do is once I'm done this drawing, now I could color it. I could did it the stroke way, but once you finish, you could do this. And look at the issues it's given. All right, so and if you want to thin the lines just a little bit, that's fine with me. It was that fit that pixel, 2 pixel. Now thin the line a little bit so I could get a little nice line on that. I go to editing, select all. Now I'm on a tablet. I could easily grip it, won't grip. So I'm on a tablet. All I do is gonna press translate and move it from the back. We could do like this, press G, move it back. Press G, move it back, put out a frame. That's the starting frame. Next frame. Oh, you gotta be shit, man. put it here. Have that one here. So I'll press G to grab. Go to here, outside the frame. Grab it. Put it up here. I'm animating every twos, or every one, two, every other frame. And Blender does the in-betweens for you. Thing about that. Keep going. Go over here. Out the frame. All right. Now, we got the fish out of him, out the end. Now, we want to reverse this. Now you can go in here, and if you want to mirror the frames or anything, or the translation of the frame, but we got some nice feature called mirror. So I'm going to mirror on the x-axis. Okay. Now, got here, it's going to come here. Okay, it's out of the frame. Press G. Come back. 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 Well, you know. Press G. Come back. Press G. Come back. Press G. Come back. One more time. We're going to mirror on the x-axis, and we'll come back. We'll come back one more time. Stay at this frame a little bit, because we're going to like, so you want to go to onion skin. So this frame goes here and there. Okay. Now here's the catchy part. We'll make another fish coming along here, swimming. And guess what? We are going to animate him eating the fish. Now we got 20 frames. So now we're done. We'll unselect, and we will preview these frames. Right now, we'll just press E to end it right there. Okay, at 20. All right, that's our loop frame. And we'll go back and we'll preview, not in the onion skin, but we'll preview where we at. Okay, two problems we having. Our fish is going too fast. Technically, our fish is going too fast. Sequence, dropping frames. Now, it's nice our fish is going that fast. Okay. Two, a frame per rate per second is too high. But we can slow it down. But what we do is go custom 20, I'll say 8 frames per second. There we go. Okay, our fish is moving. We'll do the water last. Now, why I'm slowing down the frames is a trick to slow down the frames instead of stretching it out all the way up to here and slow down the frames. You can do that, but not in this tutorial. It's a little flash trick to slow down your frames. I advise you if you want, but for 2D animation, but for broadcasting, I would not use 8 frames. I would use 29, 29 and stretch the frames out to compensate to slow down a frame. You can, that's a trick too. But if you want to slow down the whole entire thing instead of you stretching out, you could do that. I mean, it's your point of choice. You could slow down your frames. I could slow down to 12 frames to make it a little fast, but that's all right. You know, this is secondly, it's the same thing as I will make this I could make it as a driver. I'll put a I can't make it as a driver. Data copy data path. No, I can't make it as a driver. But I can't animate it though. So I'll press I. You can't. Oh, you can't animate your frames per second. It's scripted. Yeah, you scripted. All right. So yeah. Anyway, so no, everything's not animatable. Okay, now we got our character here. Now the next part we would do is now we got a lot to cover now. Now you could draw the same character on the same frame, but for sake of layers, so imagine it's like Flash or Photoshop. You can if you want to. I mean, if you want to just make a just fun and simple flip book with the same characters on the same page, okay. But note this, they're both going to be edited at the same time, the same frame. So this is already edited. And so if I put someone on this frame, it will carry on the next frame with this same layer. So let's go to the next layer. And we name it fish underscore 2. Or you can say big fish. We'll name this underscore fish boy. Um, they both got underscore on it. Really? Okay. This. Okay. Now fish 2, we'll lock fish 1 up. So now we can't draw fish. Fish 2 will have the same settings as usual as fish 1. But this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start off the fish. We're going to draw the fish on this frame. Okay. Reference to this, how big the fish are going to be. And now the technique is, now we could go underline and color it, color it, and color it. I'll show you a coloring technique with the fill tool. So now we are going to draw the next part of our second one, the fish. Sorry taking so long. So like I said, this is not current to any frame. So if you want a reference to this fish to make it bigger, you just draw a big, huge, well, matter of fact, we'll go race. See, the purpose of locking that frame so we won't erase it. See, if 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 you don't lock this, you will erase your work, and you don't want to erase your work. Now, I'm gonna color my fish. Up, this color the whole thing. Never mind. All right, so make sure this is occupied the same thing. So we're gonna draw it one more time. A few more times. I gotta get my hand steady because I'm drawing on a tablet. Sorry. Usually don't take me that long to draw. That's a simple fish. Horrible. Horrible. So horrible. You know what it is? I'm zoomed out. That's what it is. Hold on. Let me zoom back in. There we go. Now we could get somewhere. And on top of that is thick. I'll put on 2. All right, so now you could undo that. Just press undo. Okay, now we press escape. Now my race is so big. One thing about these things, you can't adjust the height of the eraser. This is what they're giving you with the eraser. There's nothing here to adjust the width or the height of the stupid eraser. There probably is, but I'm not sure. But I could adjust the width or the height of the pencil, but not the eraser. It's a little fun. I mean, you could do it that way. Put everything on one shot for experiment, and I'll show you what's going to happen if you do. My theory is, if you know Blender, something crazy will happen. His mouth is, I mean, depends on your project. You don't have to take it too that serious, but all right. So now we done. Theoretically, we done. And I erased the detail of the stupid fins. I'll put it back in. All right, so we done. So now we go, oh, we already edited mode. Now I'm just gonna zoom this bitch out so I know where the frame line is. I'm gonna press G, I'm gonna move this. Okay, touch and go. Now, yes, it will go to the next frame. So go to here, because Blender knows this is the next frame you want to record in. Go to here. Blender knows what the next frames are. Over here, now, now we could, like you say, now we done editing. Now, okay, it's fine and dandy if you want to push and pull and do edits that way. I mean, if you want to distort it and make it open that way, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to turn on the onion skin. The next frame I'm going to draw his mouth as being open. So to do that, we'll unselect that, get out of editing tool. Okay. Now note this, the character had just got erased. Don't worry, because you are still in, you're still in, oh, you're still in now which way his mouth will open. If his mouth open this way, now, so we're going to draw him again. And what I'm going to do is get out of here. I'm going to press O. Press Y. Go the other way. Let's press O off. Oh. 2D proportions. So now I got this reference to this reference points where the mouth should be. Now I'm going to go back and Okay, so all right, so let me finish up this character, sure. And see the difference from me drawing on the mouse? It's kind of not like straight. But it's my point of reference, what I need to draw on. Press escape. These lines are so, you can't do nothing with these. The thing is these crooked lines will drive me nuts. So I'm going to delete the detail. I just can't get into. And this is when it comes in handy if you want to erase something and just when you finish. It's come in handy to take off the continuous. So what I do is just draw that one particular frame, what I want, and say press draw again. Done. Press draw again. Done. Press race again. Race. Race again. Done. Done. Press again. Done. I'm going to bring this back a little bit. Done. You can't even adjust it. So you can't even adjust the pencil, the eraser. You used to everything just big and bulky. So you used to adjust the eraser, but you can't adjust the eraser anymore. So I was just gonna opportunity just manually erase it and continue drawing on here. I'm just gonna stop and put a dot there because I want to see. The hell? Okay. So we got this part of the mouth, and all we gonna do is just proportional edit or some edits, make the mouth a little bigger, come to here, select this part, make the mouth a little bigger, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So screw the little detail, so we ain't gonna keep drawing for the rest of our life. This point and 9, we don't have to. You know what? This point in line, we don't have to make any more edits because you could draw forever. Let's erase and be done with it. Now we in the edited part. Now we just go to the second part of the frame and delete the whole. You know what? Want to box select something because something's in there. Press X and delete that. Okay, so now I don't want to delete this part. Oh, that's a low point. Go over here, grab, press Y, move it up right here. It's a little bit. Grab, put it right here. We're gonna open his mouth. Minute for the next part of the frame. Or we could just do like this. What we do is box select the part we will do. Grab, rotate. Oh, sometimes rotation. Well, so it's rotate the pivot point. So wherever the pivot point is, so relations, we got to turn it on. So cursor is somewhere in space. So turn off render mode, put the pivot point right here. Sometimes put the dot here, pivot point here. So we don't want to do that. So I'm just going to bend it. Spirit. No. Yeah, thing about that, you might have to go to the circle selection and delete that and oops, press C, bring that down, fill that in. Take some time to get used to it. When you hold G, you press up, press down to go up. Yeah, flight, some kind of flight controls. So now we got the mouth all big. And we go back to our draw. So we're gonna make this real quick. Fill in the gaps. Oh. For the sake of time, we are gonna make this mouth huge. Press Control. Draw. Okay, the head has shrunk because we edited it a little bit. It's going to do that. So I'm going to press that. And what I'm going to do is take this part, unselect that, grip it, scale it. Oh. What I do is I'm going to erase this proportion right here, because that we will not. Press draw, and we fix the problem. Okay, same for the eyes. I'm just going to circle select the eyes and press S, make them huge. Also, yeah, it's a little jagged because I'm drawing with the mouse. You see the difference from drawing on the mouse than the tablet, you know. just show you the difference. But you know, I gotta get this done. Okay, now, oh, I wanna erase up. Go to eraser, delete this horrible line. Yeah, you have to go back and forth with this. It's up to your choice. It's your personal preference. Now we stay on that frame for a little bit, and then I'm gonna select the whole thing. Make sure I select it. Go over our fresh. Grip it again. Press Y. Go down a little bit so it can be even. So it look like he's gonna eat the fish. One more time. Over our fish. And what we do is the hard part is getting the same frame again. So what I do is add that current state in here, right? As its initialized state, we go back to this frame right here. I select, duplicate, oh, another thing, Control Z that. Okay, copy this guy, and Control V. We can't paste it back in. All right, so on this frame, what you do is because we want this one, so instead of that, we'll just duplicate that frame and place it on that one. I'm just going to delete that frame and put it on this frame. So now that pretty frame over there, just grip it, put it over there. He ate them. You could go in between, but I'm gonna go like here. And boom. And then the next frame, he will move out of the frame. Okay, now we got a problem here. So now we still see the fish here. So no problem. You could, if you wanted to, for instance, say go over here and oh, we don't want to draw that on the same frame. This is the problem we had before. All we do is just press the letter D. Here we got it there. Delete them out. So now, in this frame, I'm just going to select them, and there he goes, going. So now, boom. A simple little erase trick. You could, like you say, you could put frames in here, like for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to duplicate the frames and move them all the way over here. Yeah, it's to the view. You can't do nothing. You could, all you could do is that. Okay, the issue we got. The issue we got. That's on. That's messing up our blockage. You can take off the editing. So the issue we have is once he's in the mouth, this will overwrite what. So these two lines we could do like this. So that's selected. But what I do is go here. That's selected. How much we will want to delete. Delete that point from there. We'll initialize that. And I'll take this whole thing right here. Delete point. And we could go to circle selection. Delete point or stroke, whatever. It's in his mouth. Go on. And then we go to this fish animation. Select all this. X him out of there. That's in our animation. Now, issue we got, we see the view pivot. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of N, like Nancy. Show it full screen. I'm going to just make sure everything's all right. So now I'm going to go to this frame and press E in a frame. So now we got 35 frames. So now we got our fish going back and forth. Oh, make sure we out of edit mode on both of them. So we press play again. Now, this is good and dandy. Everything is animating correctly. Next, I'm going to lock these two frames up so we won't mess these up. And our fish starting, because this fish right here, so technically I go to the big fish, go to the editing, over here, press I, press G, move it out the screen so you won't be able to see it. So now it will take them a long time to get there. And rule of thumb, I'm just going to move him a little back out of the frame so you won't see him. And over here, we could do the same thing here. Let's select that. Press A, G, G to grab. He's out of the frame. He's out. Good. Same with the big fish. He went back to his original state. That's okay. Bam. Bam. All right, so now we don't have to look at the edit of both of them. All the edit is off. Okay. So now we don't have to look at the edit part. Bam. Now we can flutter off and put water here. Like it's moving. The simplest trick is if you want to make a panorama or make a long string loop and we just move it along the timeline. And let me show you a real cool feature, making water. Okay, so now we are going to create a fill effect. Now first we go to create the color for our fish. Now this is our layer, and we're going to create color for our fish. So we're going to retrace the whole animation, which will take a lot of time, but for the first part with the fish animation, with the fish animation, it's moving and all. You could, like you say, you could like, it doesn't matter what order it is. You could, this is a circle effect. I'm gonna show you that one later. You could like I did here, like I said, I moved it. So just move the color. Did the same thing with mirror on the x-axis. Then. This guy, color fill color. It's not that tedious to do the fill color. And on the fish itself, went back to the linear state. Is X. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I done the animation of that part. We're going to make a fill line effect for our stroke of a wave file. Now you could use a line tool. Or a polygon tool, whatever. Make sure we zoom out for this effect. So our color will be like say blue, really blue. A faint is probably 3 pixels. Zero, 3 pixels. Not worrying about any thickness. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna create the water effect. Damn it. Sometimes you got to keep working at it. I'm gonna create the bottom effect first. Go over here, create the water line. So now, yeah, when you make a ripple effect, that's the issues we have. So I'm gonna start it off. G X GX off right here to frame. Well, GX right here. Right here. Let's go every 2 frames. We slowing the water down a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm going back to this frame, bringing down a little bit. Here, got a frame, EGX. A little bit. Okay, here we go. Here, GX. Just inch it a little bit. Don't raise it. Try to inch it a little bit. Now I want this GX move it a little bit. GX move it a little bit. Move it back a little bit. Just a little bit, tiny bit. and shit EX is a little bit. GX and shit a little bit. GX and shit a little bit back. You want to create that little ripple effect. Okay, GX, GX, a little bit. It's the water. Now we're going to color it. And we're going to start coloring this whole thing. Let's see how it looks. And all we do is play animation. All right, that's pretty cool. So, okay, now it's black and white. Next part, we would do the color. Oh, I keep saying color. I gotta remember to do color. What time is it? Once again, I gotta finish up this color. So we'll make it look pretty, make it look nice. So we'll add another one. That's gonna be the color for the water color. Water, okay, color water. And this time the line set to white or nothing, because we're just gonna worry about the fill. So, but we need it for the placement, so dot 3. So we'll set it at not white, we'll set it back to black. We'll set the watercolor to a darkish bluish, kind of sort of. And for this will be, we're gonna say align tool. Oh, oh, again. Oh, well, we don't want it that high, so we don't want it. We don't want it to bend. So nice and crisp and straight. Okay, now we done that. Take that off. And we got the background color. So this will be the same color, the fill color. So we got a problem here. Okay, it's done and dandy for the water part. So all we do is just edit it, press the button, press X, just follow the lines. Make sure you unselect that. Press X, follow the lines. And you got some piece of some debris here. Okay. Press G. All you do is follow the lines. Undo. Yes, sometimes you press the wrong button. Uh-oh. Press G. And let's take a look here. Now we got some water. Press play. And then that will be the lightest blue you see. Not that nasty color. Make it. Mm, Let's see with white. Yeah, it's already been a blue background already. So, but anyways, we made a blue, and now you could, like you said, you could color it. And move it along the waves like this. So, oh, whew, that was a long way. Now I'm gonna color the fish. Sometimes this bites me in the ass. All right. So now we're just gonna color the fish. So we're in that 0 frame. So the boy fish. Sometimes the fill color does not work. So this is why I apply technique. And I'm gonna move this up to the fish color. So we'll name this fish underscore color. I'm guessing. Okay. Now I just unlock that. And all I'm going to do is draw half of the fish. Okay, now we got issues here. So to fix these issues, we will delete that. Let's color fish green. Sometimes Make sure you click the right frames you want to be in. This don't worry about that. So you could go far in detail if you want to. Go to here. Don't worry. We okay. The color will be that color, green. So we can know which color the fishes is. This probably red, symbolize a. And you could go on top of colors which you done, and you can animate that. So now let's get it out of the edit mode and see our animation in color. Nice. I have it. All right, so this could go on for hours and hours. So let's take a look and see what it look like. All right. Okay, the color you can see right here, but once we color this guy on top, now now let's let's just add something here. Like, okay, now let's lock this color in, so we won't edit this. And as a fish, then we add another color, and we could just go on top of fish. Let's say add fish. Let's go coal. Okay, let's add fish color. Now, all right, let's assume we'll draw a color on top of this. Okay, and put a escape. Okay, now we getting overlapping features. Now you could go on top of it or under it. On top of it shows, under it it does not. So let's make the color we're going to say red. Now we don't, let's make it the same color as this. Now we don't see the fish anymore. Okay, we don't see the color no more, which works. But you got these weird artifacts you want to light. You want as dark as possible you can. This part is if you are coloring, simply if you have this frame and if you're wishing to keep some of the color, it will not cumbersome of these two little points. It would delete the whole color frame points. And technically, your color drawing is ruined. We're not gonna color the teeth as the color is opening. We know that. Assume those white. We'll just color the whole entire image of red. This is the problem issue we're going to have. Technically, you could put the water on top of it. So, on top of the big fish, instead and bottom. So what I do is lock that, unlock that, bring on top of the fish, and this is, oh, that's water. Okay, sorry. Bring it back down. The color, bring it up. Bring it up one more time. Unlock it, fill it up, but let's get rid of everything. So you want to bring this color all the way up if you want to make it that dark. And this is fine and dandy. Now the layers are inverse because usually in Photoshop the layers go in the back as a background, and for color layers goes to the background. But for this type of session, the layers go in the front ground. That might be changed in the other tutorials or anything else. For the sake of our 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 the tutorial, is a running bit a little elongated for me to finish up this animation. So you can take time on it, but you could use, like I said, you could use like I said, you could use, like, for instance, I will just go ahead and go into editable of the color, select all, delete all. I would just go on line tool and uh, we draw once. Oh, no way. Okay, let's go to line tool. In fact, you go to polygon tool. I'm gonna do the same thing with the polygon tool again. Bam! We got a perfect image. Well, semi-perfect. And the thing about the polygon tool, like any eraser, you can erase it. Go back to the polygon tool. Right. And we got our color. Now that's our animation part of opening the mouth. So this part can be moved. So we are definitely going to move what would be needed for a character to be moving. And simply, because it don't have a lot of features into it, we could just close it up, the color part, just like that, and adds ease sake of time and anything else. Or you could just do like this and go to polygon tool again. Yeah, we got our color. Press escape. I can't even see the points here. I gotta see the lines at. So, okay, so we made a boo-boo. Wherever this was at in this part, all we do is, like we said before, duplicate the frames that are, oh, dang. Okay. Oh, man, why is that duplicating? So now, whew, that was a lot of work. Now you could same one with the polygon tool. Oh, see, now you look at it, and we got some issues. What happened here is, make sure we select that, put that over here. Somehow this frame got deleted. Okay, so now it should be smooth. Yeah, don't worry about the background, but you could do more to make it animated. And we done. And we'll preview the render. Make sure it's the right one. Yeah, you could, like you say, like I said, I was just doing the sake of a tutorial. And because of the color with the wave effect, we don't need it. Because like I say, the water itself could be deleted. So just delete it. Re-render it. All right. You could, like you say, you can animate the fins you want to and color at the same time. You can keep adding on. And so now the whole animation. So the render, it looks kind of like a flat board or something. They look wavy. You could edit it, and for the sake of that, I mean, it's not bad for animation for a beginner. I mean, you could, like I say, animate the wave like I just did there. I wasn't thinking through, and but now, if you want to just, get rid of the color, and if you just want that, if you just want that as your background, and just render it. Because if it's too much, like you say, if it's too much, just don't do it. And just as easy as that. And if it's too busy, adjust it. So it looks better, and it does. And I might redo the background again, but you get the drift. Um, I'm not gonna go along redoing the background, so I'm gonna lock the big fish. The color of the blue, I'm just going to um, simply just delete it and redo the again with the spline. But you can go layer on it, and it's fun. Um, Other techniques like like if you able, like I say, let's add a new for fun, kicks and giggles, and before I leave this little circle thing, you could make little animated dots, and then you could put a little fill effect in it. So now you got these little vector based kind of graphic type of thing going on, and you get these little a cloud of flecks, and you could do this way or like this. So now you got yourself say you want a gray or white, a little bluish, well, grayish a little bit. A little tiny fill in it. But a little light blue. Matter of fact, dim them down a little bit. And now we made some clouds. And go back and edit them. Go like that and edit them in the picture as moving clouds. And just duplicate one to another. Anyways, so I hope that makes useful. Make sure you're in grease pencil. Pretty soon it might convert this to like for instance, say, I could say like, right now you can't duplicate it, but you can't duplicate it. So I'll make this fish as a curve. So I could convert it into a path or Bezier curve or polygon curve. And now let's go into a scene now. It's a curve, which we can't see. Of course not. Render only. Go back to grade default. Okay, here we go. Here go our fish. Right there is a curve. Now is a curve. A weird little curve. There are little curves and whatnot. So that's our curve. And the frames over here, some apparent reason, copy the frames way over there. Why the frames are that way? What these frames are, out of frame stuff. So it just copied the stupid little frames. That'd be nice for if you want to copy the frames onto the background itself, you can. And note on that feature, if you are doing curve, converting to say the polygon curve, say Bezier's curve, say one frame to 35 frames, real time, and linear. Well, didn't animate it, the damn stupid little thing. Where it went at? Oh, anyways. But, you got your... Oh, anyways. Let's go back. Make sure we're on white. Pure white, 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 white. So now we got it pure white. So, this is the lesson. Ooh, flipbook animation in Blender. Hope you had a great time learning this part of the new. Well, we see other things what happened to it, but I figure it's just saying, all right. I mean, yeah, a lot of things that could. I mean, I see the possibility, but I mean, I would have, I mean, I would go new because I always could redraw that. And say I'm in curve, and if I'm in scope mode, I want my drawing tools to be like just like this. I could edit it. You know what I mean? Same with my texture painting. I can edit it. You know what I mean? Wow, missing tools. What? Missing material data. So I could just powder. I could just do like draw on here. Matter of fact, let's show you on a plane. Go to a plane. I'm gonna scale it really, really high. And I'm gonna go to texture paint. Simple color. So I'm gonna the one. So let's simply just draw a line here. Depends on my strength. If I want a hard line, once again, I'm gonna use my tablet, and I could get that pressure sensitivity hard. Once again, like I said, I'm gonna show you again. I do have a drawing background. You can't tell. Once again, I drew this. I do have a drawing background. So you circle shapes, but you can't animate that. So note the self. Pretty soon, maybe we're going to have a thing for you know for your for just like a tool It's sitting by itself for just for golly, just for like by itself, and we'll have just a grease pencil tool by itself, sitting in an editor, and you could edit. Thank you. Goodbye.